welcome to Max's monthly music mission.
Holy
Once again,
smokes.
I'm screaming for some reason. We're back with this dumb side project of the Model Citizens show, where we tell Max to listen to bands that we think are good because he has bad music taste. Let's get right into it.
A correction. This was not the original pitch of this monthly music mission.
It's evolved.
No, well, I should be informed of this. Originally, it was pitched as music you think Max would like.
Yeah, that's true. And also, it's not that Max doesn't have good
and
taste.
Max lacks a musical education.
That he has no taste. It's not that
it's not that we're trying to give him
he has
taste.
no taste. We're giving him taste.
He does a poor job of finding things on his own.
Basically, he's just been eating McDonald's all day, and we're trying to get him some Biaggi's or something.
Stony River.
in
his cupboard too long.
We're trying to give him a Gordon Ramsay cooked meal.
There you
Beef Wellington.
go.
Beef welly.
Let's get right into it and talk about your homework from last time, which I believe was... Mike, what did you assign him again?
I think T-Rex, right?
Right.
T-Rex, the Slider, and
Yes.
Tenacious D self-titled album.
All right, which one? Go ahead and start with whichever one you want to talk about first, Max.
I'll just do T-Rex because that's what it is in my notes. In
Okay.
order. That's the
All right.
order I listened to it. So I listened to both of these on the 9th of May at work. So
Back when you went to a place for work, I imagine, right?
I
Or I
this is my
guess
new
you still go
job.
someplace
Yeah,
for work.
I still go.
Remember
It's just 10 minutes down the road.
the 9th of May.
So this was over a month ago. So T-Rex the Slider.
Yes.
I'm going to just read my bullets,
Yeah.
and then we can express here.
Sure.
Sounds like a soundtrack to a tacky teen movie.
Okay.
Queen, but one note.
Okay.
Initial impression is eh.
Okay.
One of these could be the weak song on a Guardian of the Galaxy soundtrack, like one cut from the film.
Oh.
And then, if not for homework, I would have shut this off a while ago. And this was with only 2 songs left in the album.
Dang.
God dang.
Wait, is one of his songs in
Oh, I have
Guardians
no
of the
idea.
Galaxy?
No.
I have no idea.
No, not that I
Um,
You just mean it's like from that sort of era.
Yeah, it just
It
sounds
is
like
that.
something.
It is that style of music. I thought maybe like Children of the Revolution would have been on it.
So, unfortunately, Mike, for the first your third session, you failed, and you were so strong in the first 2.
Yeah. This was one that I think I said it. I was like, I don't know
You
if
said
you'll
that
like
this
it.
would open doors for you.
This
or
would open
close
doors.
These doors are shut.
So it looks like glam is not your thing.
I am not a glamorous person, I suppose.
You you talk about Elton John being a Beatle. Do you like Elton John at all?
I know the little piano man.
Yeah, do you?
I
Crocodile
just
Rock.
discovered.
Well, yeah. Do you like that music at all?
I like the Piano Man song.
Have you
or the
seen-
Rocket Man? Or are those
Do
the
you
same
like-
song?
You know, man, it's Billy
Well,
Joel.
wait. Do you? Yeah,
Oh.
that's. Oh no. Do you
I
like,
just found out that Elton John did do a cover of Pinball Wizard. I did just find that out.
That's
Are you
who,
thinking
though?
of Tiny Dancer? Is
Yeah,
what you
Yeah,
know
that's
of
the other. But
Elton
isn't
John?
Rocket Man an Elton John song?
Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
Rocket Man is.
Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm mixing
Do you
up.
like-
Benny and the Jets?
Yeah.
do you like- Do you like?
I like those songs.
Do you like David Bowie at all?
I think I only know 2 David Bowie songs. One
Okay.
of them
Oh,
is
man.
a cut song from Guardians of the Galaxy. That's on the soundtrack. And then
Heroes?
Let's Dance.
Let's
from-
Dance. Okay.
Which
Okay.
is in Elite Beat Agents.
You don't
Fair
know
enough.
You don't know Changes or
Star.
What about Little
Starman?
China Girl?
you wait? Didn't you
Oh,
play
man, Little
Metal
China
Gear
was awesome.
Solid 4 or 5? I mean,
I don't know.
they have the
That's
These
a-
names
that's
are
a-
not ringing a bell.
That's actually
they
a
have
cover
the,
of a
They have
song.
they have
That is
the
a
Man
cover.
Who Sold the World. You've heard that song.
You've never listened to Kurt
name's-
Cobain?
No, he was the one that killed himself, right?
Yeah,
They both
yeah,
did.
also did a cover of that song now, and it's really
Okay.
famous.
David Bowie did not kill himself.
I'm joking. I know why I'm joking.
No, Kurt
That's a
Cobain.
terrible joke.
Technically, his
Okay.
body did betray him. So,
Yeah, kind of.
Thank you for saving me on that one.
I understand. That was a long shot thing. That was one that was a long shot.
I appreciate you taking the shot.
I disagree.
Obviously.
I don't think that music, that kind of music, wouldn't exist. Like the stuff that's on Guardians of the Galaxy, wouldn't
Sure.
exist without that guy, basically.
I believe it.
Oh, you're right in some ways. So
I'll say this to Max's credit. Sometimes the people who are influential are not great
they're not
themselves.
That's
like,
true too.
A lot of people from the 90s will cite like Sonic Youth is like one of the most important bands of the grunge scene. I'm like, I don't know, Sonic Youth's fine, I guess. Like
I've been listening to Sonic Youth lately. I like them a lot. So
they're okay.
the
Like,
one,
one of the only
I
forefathers
listened to
of that
one.
genre I like is like the Pixies.
Pixies are great.
They're very good.
It's like stuff like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like Bad Brains is like considered like one of the greatest punk bands ever. And they are, if you heard their like first album, you'd be like, who the hell fucking produced this album? It sounds like literal garbage. It's really good, but
How some of those old like Dead Milkmen albums are too. It's like, what is the mixing?
Like,
on
what
this?
is happening here? But
All right,
Yeah.
Max, give us the D.
Well,
Wait, you've never listened to Tenacious D though, really, right?
the only song I knew from Tenacious D is Tribute, which was on this album.
Okay.
And I watched their Hot Ones interview,
Okay.
and then obviously Jablinski games. So that's my knowledge of Tenacious D.
Jack Black in general.
Jack Black.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you both struck out this week.
Oh,
You didn't like Tenacious. How do you like Weird Al, but you don't like this? That
Thi-
first album is so good.
Weird Al does these curses. That's why.
I
Were you
wrote-
not a fan of Fucker Gently?
You're not a fan of kielbasa sausage.
I wrote down that 13-year-old Max would have liked this, and he did like Tribute. So,
There you go.
So
but
what
this
you're
is
saying is I have the mentality of a 13-year-old?
of you have the mentality of Max at 13, so a
Okay.
little different, I guess.
Dude, I still think
Suppose.
Billy Madison's peak comedy out here. So
Oh,
I mean,
we
it
don't
is.
it is peak comedy. We all know it.
Nudie magazine day.
I said
that's
this.
Veronica Vaughn.
Oh, I see what's going on here.
Oh, we're fine.
I
for the
wrote
90s.
down the skits kind of make me nostalgic.
Do you like the
But-
fast food one?
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember that one?
Oh yeah, the Coke. You wanted like a Coke, but it was tinier. I don't remember.
No, you
Weird Al
wanted
did
the
a better fast drive-through song. This was longer too, but the skits make me nostalgic, but in a weird. This is just a terrible comparison, but like of Eminem, because he used to do those like skits in
Yeah.
his albums and stuff, and those are way better.
Really, you really enjoyed
But also
Kenneth
they're
from
retired of
Connecticut
it.
more than these.
I guess. I wrote, there's flavors of System of a Down. For whatever reason, it reminded me of them. And then
Okay.
I wrote down Rock Your Socks good. So I guess I like the Rock Your Socks song.
Did you listen to the second album or the movie album as well at all?
I told you last time, my coworker at my previous job played that one day on the
Got
drive
it.
to work. So that was like in the background.
Which one's the
Um,
one with Saxman? Is that them?
Saxman? I don't think that's them. Oh wait, yes it is.
So
Or no,
Oh,
that's
the Lonely Island.
that's Lonely
right.
Island. But that's with Jack Black in it, right?
It is. Yeah.
That's
okay.
Jack Black,
Did you at least like the full Jack Black experience? Did you
I mean,
appreciate
I like
it
Jack
on that
Black.
level?
yeah, I like Jack Black. I like him in movies such as The Holiday or School
And-
of Rock.
That's a great
And
movie. Those are two
Jumanji.
great movies.
Jumanji.
Jumanji's
I watched The
fun.
Holiday last year around Christmas by myself. Good.
Shallow
It's a good
Hell.
movie.
Yeah, Holiday is great. I
Shallow
love
Hell's
Holiday.
fine,
That
fine.
scene in the Blockbuster where he just does the Jaws thing. I love it.
What's
I
the
like Jack
one?
Black.
What's the one where he sprays the poop? In
Remember
the-
him in
Envy.
King Kong?
Envy.
Shallow
King Kong.
Hell.
King Kong.
Tropic
Yeah, a lot of
Thunder.
things.
Tropic Thunder.
What's-
Jumanji.
I
what's that
Still
old-
Know What You Did Last Summer uncredited. He's in that movie. Plays a Jamaican white boy. That's hilarious.
So
Oh, that's right. He is in that
He's
movie.
in
I
that
watched that
movie.
movie not that long ago.
He was
part
in
of me
the
is
Jackal.
part of me is unsurprised that you dislike Tenacious D because I know you are mature father now, but
Look at that beard. What did you
but
say?
also I thought that your love of Jack Black would, or maybe not your love, but I know you like Jack Black like you said. I thought maybe you would get a kick out of it in that regard. You didn't like Wonder Boy?
Wonder Boy is such a good song.
That's a great song. I can't believe it. Wow.
That is probably my favorite of his.
So, I
well, there
hate
it
to
is.
break both your hearts this week.
He's also in High Fidelity.
Yeah, High Fidelity, one of the best movies, especially in
That's a great
Chicago.
movie.
Yeah.
That is a great movie.
Yes.
So
Biodome. Remember he's in Biodome as well.
He's in Biodome.
Tenacious D's in Biodome.
Oh,
Biodome.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, they're playing at one of the festivals and then one of the scenes. Anyways.
Well, darn, if you would have liked Tenacious D, I would have said you should go see a concert with us. But apparently you hate them, so you know.
yeah, man, that's the
Wow.
way it goes. So before you recommend the next music, I did want to ask if anyone participated in the extra credit I assigned,
I'm gonna
which is
say
Vampire Weekend.
Oh.
I've
I-
heard, yeah.
Again,
I did.
you didn't have to. Is extra credit? I'm just curious.
I just
forgot
put it
about
on. I just put it on during work, and I mean,
Nothing like
I
packing
used.
beer to
I-
Vampire Weekend.
I also just used to listen to Vampire Weekend.
Yeah.
So it just was like a nostalgic thing. It got me into listening to like a lot of music that I used to listen to during that time. So then I started listening to Arcade Fire, and
This sex is on fire?
you don't remember the Wild Things
Wait, that's,
Are where the Wild
Music
Things
Video.
Are thing where they
The
had
trailer.
da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Thank you, audio listeners. He's so loud, he's cutting the microphone.
If you heard the song, you would know.
You know it. Yeah.
But yeah.
I tried.
So
I tried.
That's fine.
I couldn't do it.
I've been I did not listen
Mario
to
tried
Vampire-
but couldn't do it.
I couldn't
I
do
did
it.
not listen to Vampire Weekend because I've been too busy listening to somebody that Mike has turned me on to, which is Phoebe Bridgers.
Oh
Pretty good.
yeah,
Welcome to the
dude.
club.
Punisher
Pretty
is such a
good.
that was like my favorite album of last year. That was
Pretty
last
good.
year, right? Yeah.
Was it last year?
Very sad.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is your favorite song, Logan, the one that she does with Taylor Swift?
It's not. No.
No,
Um,
definitely not.
Just checking. I know
I-
that you're
I
a
can't-
recent Taylor Swift fan.
I
It was
can't talk
2020.
public-
I like
can't talk
the
publicly
I like the
about that.
Kyoto song. I forgot what it's called.
Kyoto's
I think it's-
good. I like the Chinese satellite song. I think that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
Garden
I don't know.
song is good.
the Halloween song's pretty good.
I
don't know,
don't
the whole
remember what
album's
any of these names are, but I like the album.
I like the lesser popular tracks on it. I think. But,
That entire album is very.
but the
good.
entire album's very good. Anyway, let's keep this short and we'll get into our assignments. Max, who do you want your assignment from first?
By the way,
Right.
I am participating this week as well.
Oh,
And Mario's
I have
Mario's
one
So
as
wait.
well.
with Michael's.
I have a serious one. It's a serious one.
I have
So
a
is-
serious one
no,
too.
I
Yeah.
assume they're all
Why?
serious. I assume they're all serious.
Yes.
Maybe Tenacious D
Well,
wasn't.
Tenacious Day,
entirely
you did a little bit, maybe a little less, but I
Yeah.
did want you to listen to that.
So is this 3 assignments or Mike and Mario are teaming up?
I have a separate assignment.
We had
Yeah.
separate. It's separate. We were.
Okay.
I was.
Oh,
Then I want to save Mario for last because it's the surprise.
Okay.
And the surprises are always fun at the end. So
Okay.
Mike, please give me your assignment. I'll pull it up and add it to mine.
So I wasn't really planning on wearing the shirt that I was going to recommend you.
Oh no! Oh no!
now
here
I
we
just
are.
need to hear the
No.
albums that you
Thi-
recommend.
This is a selfish pick, and I'm picking actually not popular albums because I think it would go more with your music
Hmm.
taste.
All right.
A little bit more electronic, not as metal driven, a little bit of a later thing. I'm gonna choose, and it's technically it was a double album and they came out separately. I'm choosing the Afterman by
Oh!
the Afterman by Coheed and Cambria.
Which one?
It's called the After. I think they have like a deluxe edition that has the entire.
It's called.
all-
Okay.
It should be 20 songs total. I
Yeah,
believe.
There's the Afterman Deluxe Edition with 24 songs.
yeah. There's like some songs at the end. Let me see. Let me look at it real quick. There's some songs at the end that aren't technically
Yeah, there's like
of
demos. Two's my favorite one. Is the final song on the album.
That's the song that my wife and I danced to at our wedding.
That
If
means
you
I've
want,
heard
if
that
you want to
one.
be very specific, Max, it's
Yeah,
the Afterman, Dissension, and the Aftermath Ascension.
Yeah.
Ascension is first.
So it's
Dissension is second.
and if you're doing the deluxe edition, it's tracks 1 to 18.
It's yeah, they're 9 songs each.
Yeah.
So,
And then the rest of those are demos. I see.
yes.
Yeah. It is also my favorite, I guess, albums from Coheed and Cambria.
Those are interesting ones.
They are like I think they combine all the different versions of Coheed and Cambria, and I think all the songs are really good. It is not the typical Coheed and Cambria.
I was gonna say, I feel like most
that
people, I feel like
know and love.
What do
Like
you think most general people would choose as the 2 albums?
It would be
Good Apollo for sure.
Good Apollo and In Keeping Secrets, by far.
Yeah, No World
In
for
Keep-
Tomorrow, I'd say would be up there too.
No,
That
yeah,
and In Keeping Secrets would be.
it'd be the first 4. Like the first 4 albums are great.
If you were gonna try to get Max to turn on to Coheed, though, I think No World for Tomorrow has the most poppy and like catchy songs.
Well,
on
that's
it that you
so
can
that's
hook
that's
in
what I'm.
with.
Well,
Like
so that's what I'm.
Feathers and the Running Free and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like that, those are ones that I feel like are like baby's first Coheed songs. In a lot of ways.
I do pick the Afterman though because it is less like metal rock driven. There are definitely songs that are totally that, like the Key Entity, Extraction 1, Domino the Destitute. There's the what's it called? The Century the Defiant, which is track 11 on there. But then there's like more poppier stuff, like the Hard Cell's more poppy. Number City is like really poppy. Dark Side of Me, I think, is a more popular
Dark
like
Side of Me is a
ballad.
very good one. Yeah, that's probably that's my favorite. That's my favorite song on either album. Dark
My
Side of Me.
my 2 favorite songs on here are Good Night Fair Lady and Two's my favorite one. Two's my favorite one is like one of my favorite Coheed songs of all time, and that's why I danced with my wife to that song for my wedding. But then there's more like traditional stuff, like Gravity's Union is more of like a traditional Coheed and Cambria thing. Like I said, like Century the Defiant and Domino the Destitute are more traditional, what you would consider what is normal Coheed stuff. And then there's like weird stuff, like Evagria the Faithful is like a super weird track that isn't really much like their stuff normally. It's more like electronic-y and more like beat driven. Same thing with Subtraction. I just think it's a really good representation of everything that they're like, all their kinds of genres that they go through. So that's my pick personally, and it's also like one of my favorite bands of all time. I figure I actually put something that is like legitimately one of my favorite bands of all time to actually give to you. So
I'm gonna do a similar thing here this time. So I decided to just go with somebody that I really like a lot, and it's not who Max is thinking of. It is not, because you're probably thinking I'm going to tell you Kendrick, right?
Yeah, you said your vinyl, so I was just thinking whatever you had over there.
No, I am going to tell you to listen to Tyler the Creator.
Oh God.
But the albums I want you to listen to are not his old like crazy rap albums,
Yeah, okay.
which I know are the ones that people like. His stuff he's put out the past couple years has been more hip hop influence and has been a little bit more
reflective,
listening in a lot of ways. Yeah, reflective, and is talks way more about who he is as a person and is very introspective. Flower Boy is the first album you need to listen to 1000%. That is one of my probably top 5 or 10 favorite albums. It is this album right here. It's like when I first started collecting vinyl, this was one of the first albums I started chasing. I'm so glad that I have this now because they finally reprinted it after a very long time. So Flower Boy is the one above all that I want you to listen to. Just listen to it from start to finish. It is so good how it flows together. I got really into that album a couple of years ago. The other one, again, he's different because he's become more of like a, I don't want to say R&B. He's become more of like a hip hop person than he has been like a strict rapper, but a lot of his older stuff is more strict rapping, and his most recent album is Call Me If You Get Lost, and that's got a lot more rapping on it. I think if you want to hear his rapping side, you should listen to that, But I mean, I'll recommend 2 above all else, because I think you need to listen to Igor as well. Igor is kind of a companion piece to Flower Boy in the same way that I would say that like Evermore is a companion piece to Folklore with Taylor Swift, if that makes any sense.
Hey,
I'm putting this in terms that Max will
Speaking his
understand.
language.
Yeah.
I'm putting this in terms that Max will understand. Those 2 albums are very, very similar to one another, and he's doing. Igor is very different thematically in a lot of ways, but the tracks themselves are very similar with how they are produced and mixed and the beats and stuff like that.
Those
If you
are
like those and you want to hear his more rapping side, I would tell you to go listen to Call Me If You Get Lost, which is from 2021, but that is up to you. I will not assign 3 things to you at once. Flower Boy and Igor are the 2 I will tell you for sure to do and come back and talk about, but if you decide you want to talk about Call Me If You Get Lost as well, that's an addendum there, because he is a very different, because if you listen to Flower Boy and you listen to Igor and then you go back and you listen to like Wolf, it is
fucking
not
Goblin.
Goblin.
I love Wolf. Wait,
Goblin.
what was that song?
What song?
What song did you just say?
Hi,
The
Grant.
Wolf.
Oh no. I know where this is going.
You fucker. You fucker.
Almost got me. Wolf and Goblin are so different. You can say it now. Whatever. Go for it.
Gobbling these nuts.
Those albums are wildly different from what you're going to be listening to. But if you want to go
No,
listen
no.
to them just for the heck of it, to like hear what he used to sound like, then by all
Those
means,
are
have at it.
masterpieces.
I did want to just add one more thing for mine. Another reason why I picked Coheed and Cambria is because I remember you saying that you like concept albums, and Coheed's albums are a full concept. Like the first 4 albums are a full story, and this album is technically a prequel, and it's like a sci-fi epic thing.
I do love prequels.
So it is a prequel to the full thing. It's a prequel to a prequel actually, because then there's Year of the Black Rainbow, which is a prequel to the main story. Anyway, that's another reason why. And if you want to look
Flower
back,
Boy is not a concept album, but in that same vein, the whole album flows together really, really well from start to finish. Like, I know that album as a single album more than I know it as individual songs. I couldn't tell you which track is which on the album, but if you put the full album on, I just listened to it, I could probably recite it almost word for word from start to finish. So it's very weird like that in my head, but I think that's the best way to consume that. So anyway,
glad we got some passion picks in this week.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I've added them to my app. Mario.
Yes.
What do you got for me?
I'm excited for this.
I am not.
Do you know what it is, Mike?
No.
I told you. I told you already.
Oh yeah, you did. Never mind.
Yeah. So I did want to pick something that I think that you absolutely would actually listen to. Maybe you've listened to it already, and I just don't know. I decided to pick a little band called The Killers. I don't know if you've heard of them. They have some popular songs. Oh, I don't like that. Well, we'll see how this goes. My album for
are
you,
we
though.
human or are we dancer?
Are human or are we dancers? The album I picked, though, was Sam's Town. Sam's Town, to me, is my personal favorite Killers album conceptually from the beginning all the way through. It's more of a western-y kind of sound, but also very similar to things that you listen to. There's a lot of pop in there as well. A lot of their top tracks that you know them from Guitar Hero are also in this album, but there are a lot of songs also that I think that stand out that are not played as much that I would love to hear you. Like Johnny, I think, is one of my favorite songs that's on there. Sam's Town, to me, reminds me of Vegas because the band is from Vegas. I kind of keep Vegas as like my second hometown in a weird way because I had family that grew up there and I used to visit there often. Not in a long time. So this reminds me of that time. So I'm offering you The Killers, Sam's Town.
Mario.
You listen to
I'm
this
just gonna
video.
tell you right now, you're gonna win because I love The Killers.
Okay, but have you listened
Wait,
to
have,
this
but-
album?
you love the Killers, but you never listened to Sam's Town?
Exactly.
That's
Oh.
crazy to me.
That's like the album that got them really big.
Really
That's
big.
No, it's the one. Hot Fuss is the one that.
Hot Fuss is like
It
Yeah,
was
Hot Fuzz
really
had Bright
popular,
Side.
but I feel
Yeah.
like Sam's Town was when you start like a lot
When
of
you were
people started
young,
taking-
isn't that one?
taking
Yeah.
So-
and they started to get very mainstream.
Yeah.
This is
Hot Fuss was like their coming out party.
Yeah.
This is not gonna be the extra credit. That would be too. I don't want to stack too much killers, but Imploding the Mirage is one of my all-time favorite
Okay.
albums.
I'll listen to that because I have not listened to that one.
That's
That's
not
a-
my extra credit, but
Is
it
that the-
is on
is
my
that-
short list. I have a list of every extra credit artist I want to recommend. Because
Is that the new one? Or is it
that Imploding the Mirage was 2020, and then the Pressure Machine was last year, 21. They did
I
2
li-
albums.
I liked Pressure Machine a lot.
Yeah, Pressure
thought
Machine's
that-
cool.
I thought
I
that
didn't-
album was like really freaking good. Like
Mhm.
it was one of my favorite albums of that year. So I like the Killers. I like the Killers too a lot. Like,
I
they're-
used
they're
to
great.
listen to them constantly when I was in like middle school and high school, and I have not listened to anything from them
Agreed.
since
Same.
seriously the Spaceman album.
Spaceman.
whatever
That's
that-
exactly what I said to Mike. Yeah,
Fun fact: Phoebe Bridgers is in a song in Pressure Machine. So
that's awesome.
Also, just like one thing is the iPod Classic, like 6th or 7th gen. The packaging for the silver one had Day and Age, the Killers album, and I think that's one of the most beautiful packaging
Yeah.
that I've ever seen. That clean silver with this mosaic purpling pink desert kind of thing. I love the look of that. That was really good looking
No.
packaging. And it
100%.
also features the Killers.
Yes. Bonus is "Don't Shoot Me, Santa." Listen to that song too. It's a great song.
Okay.
and Shadow Play.
Shadow Play is a great song.
Shadow Play is very good, but that's not their song. They just do a very good version of
A
it,
very good version of it.
better than the original. If I could be so bold.
I can say
then
that
listen
too.
to Mr. Brightside. if you haven't heard that one before.
Everyone's heard that.
Yes.
Everyone's heard that.
How
So
that
there
song
you
go.
become
That's
so
cool.
big? We can talk about that next time, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Uh,
So, my extra credit again,
Okay. Okay.
entirely optional, just like real extra credit.
Love it.
Last week
Remind
I-
us ahead of time because we'll totally forget. Remind us that you want
Sure,
us to listen.
I'll
to
do that.
at some point in chat.
So, last time I said there could be rap or alternative, and then Mike knew exactly what the alternative was. So, I could do the hip hop rap again. We've got Tyler the Creator. I think that would carry over. I could do that, or we could do that or country.
Give me country.
Well, okay.
Let's go outside the box here.
I'll tell my
Oh, mama.
It's no.
Shania
It's so-
Twain.
When I say I do not like country, but there's always an exception that proves the rule.
You
Oh,
listen to
pardon.
Taylor Swift regularly. I don't know.
She's like
Ta-
folk now almost.
That's
yeah.
fair. I guess.
So
Country
when-
adjacent.
When you listen to Tim McGraw.
and this is not that because I can't tolerate that.
Is it
That would-
is it Creedence Clearwater Revival?
No.
Is it
I'm
Johnny
trying to-
Cash?
No.
Is it Hank Williams?
Where's
Blue
the letter?
Jays.
There she is.
Cold beer.
Okay.
She.
Is it
Oh, man.
It's Carrie Underwood. Duh.
Carrie?
yeah.
Yeah, carry on. Is it Shania? Is it Shania Twain?
Oh.
No. It's Casey Musgraves.
Casey
Oh, I
Musgraves.
know this chick. She has the song about feeling happy and sad at the same time, right?
Isn't that a lot of country songs?
Let me
Pretty
see.
much.
Happy.
If you can find the name of it, I mean,
What's the album that you want?
Yeah, that's a song.
I'm trying to think.
I don't
there are
know why I know
three.
that song of all the songs. Golden Hour, is that her big one?
Interesting.
That was the album that got me into it. Yeah, Happy and Sad. Yeah, that's on there. I think. I'm looking at the list of songs.
She's pretty good.
Because
I haven't listened to her very much though.
I've never heard her.
I
but-
like the three albums that I really like are Same Trailer, Different Park, Pageant Material, and then Golden Hour.
Golden Hour is the newest one, right?
The
no,
newest
that's
one is
Star-Crossed.
Star-Crossed.
That's what. Yeah. I see that.
I thought you were
So-
gonna say Orville Peck, and then I was gonna get real excited that you said Orville Peck.
I think I'm gonna recommend.
Little Nas X.
I'm torn between Pageant Material.
What
Yeah,
song?
we'll do
what album
Pageant
will I
Material.
resonate with most as a man?
Pageant Material. You can put on a crown, Logan. I'll recommend Pageant Material. Honestly, I'd recommend all three of those. Kind of like Vampire
She
Weekend.
has a
but
Christmas album.
Well,
So does she and him. You should listen to that one.
so not only does she have a Christmas album, I may bring this up closer to December. I think my original thought was to recommend Casey in December. Now that's all blown. But she has a Christmas special that you can watch on Amazon Prime, which I also would highly recommend listening to this album come Christmas because it's very good. So she also did an episode of the late night show with Elmo. So
Oh,
she's a musical guest on that show on HBO Max.
Fantastic.
She sings a song about a rubber ducky there.
nice. I think I've seen that actually.
So I would recommend pageant material. That'll be our
Sure.
be the recommendation there, and I'll check that off on my list. So there you go.
Okay.
All right, we want this quick offshoot in the podcast is growing. Now 3 of us are taking part, and Max is giving us assignments. I'm fine with this. Though.
This is great. I like
Well,
this.
Again, the extra credit really is just to help you have a context for the actual music I listen.
We should. What we
That's
should
good
do
one.
is we should start a doc for
We
I
should
keep track
one.
of everything.
Yeah, to keep track of all of it.
I
but
keep
then,
track of it all.
Yeah.
post it in the chat and we'll pin it.
Yeah. Because we should keep track of all the. We should also keep track
Well-
of what we're supposed to be listening to. Also,
Yeah,
I think it just helps.
Let me make, because I
make
have
a new
all
version
of, my,
of it.
Yeah, I have all of my extra credit in there. I don't want you to see everything.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I thought
Wow.
Max was gonna recommend Dolly Parton to us for a second.
For a second there, I was excited.
Dude,
Dolly.
Dolly's
tease
great.
You this. I'll tease you this.
She don't
It's not
fuck
the only
around.
It's not the only country.
Whoa!
I almost got real excited if you were gonna say Shania Twain. Seen
Me
her
too.
live. I
So
love Shania
Abby
Twain.
loves
Harry
Shania
Styles?
Twain. I'm not huge into Shania.
You said Harry Styles.
He brought her out for Coachella this year.
I heard his album's good to listen with spatial audio with AirPods.
Yes, yes. I actually go
I
to
listened to that album.
I go to
Pretty
sleep to
good.
that album because it's actually a really good sleeper. Not gonna lie.
The new Harry Styles album.
Yeah, I go to sleep to it. The first track is the best song in the whole album.
The sushi song.
Sushi song is the best song because it's the
Yeah.
most like oingo boingo fucking sounding song, and then everything else is just sort of like I can go to bed to that. You know?
Mario's. You're saying that I already know what I'm picking for Max's next one.
The one thing I'll say about the Harry Styles album real quick, because I listened to it too, is every time I hear that man singing and he sings about girls or whatever, because that's the typical pop star thing to do, I'm just caught up in my head like, this man's singing about Olivia Wilde. That's what I'm thinking of the whole time.
Fair.
And that's bizarre. Or maybe he's not singing about her. It's very broad pop songs, but anyway.
Yeah.
He's singing to some lady out there. And that's his girlfriend still, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Everyone giving Max homework. Now I feel like I have to think of something for next week, even though I have like a list of 5 different things Max has definitely not listened to.
So we're doing next week then.
Or no, not next week. Next podcast.
All right, you hear it here. The podcast is gone weekly. Let's
It's called
go.
weekly now. All right.
Oh Lord.
all right. I'm not going to do sign-offs for any of us. The last thing I want to show here on the video, if you're watching the video, is this great album by Hall & Oates. It's one of my favorite albums of all time, of John Hall and Daryl Hall and John Oates just staring at each other directly in the eyes while sweating profusely. It's one of my favorite album covers of all time. It's so good. I
Love
saw
it.
it at the store and I had to get it. And also, this has their best song on it, which is One on One. I want to play that game tonight with you, baby. And it's also got Maneater on it. Anyway, Daryl Hall, John Oates, good. We'll see you back here next month where we talk about the Killers and Coheed and Tyler the Creator and maybe Casey Musgraves a little bit. And then we'll tell Max other things he needs to listen to. So until then, bye.